Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad, and it's time for your weekly planner, and we're working our way into the first week of October. October, well, that's an interesting month. It's a transitional month, and we could see just about all types of weather, and this week we're going to see it. In fact, we're going to start the week off for the eastern half of the country fairly warm. You can see here temperatures are going to be well above normal. Normal high temperatures in this area in the middle 70s, 80s down in the Tennessee Valley and points south. But it's going to be very warm. Temperatures certainly in the 80s throughout most of the Midwest, Central Plains, and points towards the east. Very chilly out in the Rockies, where we still have some rather unsettled weather, and it looks like that's going to start pushing its way towards the east. Now by Wednesday, notice what happens here. This big area of very warm temperatures starts getting pushed towards the southeast. Very chilly out in the Rockies and the northern plains, but temperatures still here in the 80s, and that's going to be on Wednesday. But look what happens here on Friday. Those cooler temperatures move through the Great Lakes and Midwest, and I think even by later part of next weekend, these cooler temperatures are going to push its way all the way down through the Sunshine State of Florida. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, it's going to be dry across the eastern half of the country for your Monday. But notice the activity out in the Rockies, especially this area right there. That's an area of energy that's going to be working its way into Texas, and it looks like you could be looking at some severe weather, especially by Wednesday. And here we are on Wednesday. You can see that cluster of very strong thunderstorms, but here's that cold front coming right out of Canada. This is on Wednesday. So everyone on this side of the front will be warm on Wednesday. Everyone on that side of the front will be relatively chilly. By Friday, that front pushes through the Ohio Valley. It will continue to work its way towards the southeast. Notice all that rain down in Texas. But this large area of high pressure coming right out of Canada is going to dry off most of the country, and that's going to work its way into next weekend. So next weekend is going to look and feel a lot like fall. In fact, we might be looking at our first frost throughout much of the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley. Now here's a map of when we can expect our first frost, and you see 5, 6, and 7 zones. That's through the month of October. But actually, in reality, down in the 7 and 6 zones, that's more in the mid to latter part of October. But there is a chance that we could be looking at frost throughout most of the country by next weekend. Now, the only hiccup with that is if the winds stay up, and it's going to be very breezy on Friday throughout the Great Lakes, Midwest, and the Tennessee Valleys. That may keep frost down to a minimum, but I think temperatures could drop down into the 30s by next weekend. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Now, of course, we still have hurricane season. This is for next weekend. A couple areas of disturbed weather out there, but nothing that looks like it's going to affect the continental United States. So, first week of October is going to start warm, but it's going to end up rather chilly. I'm George the Weather Dad. I'll be back on Tuesday with a Weather Classroom.